that core 4 is the engine that drives the car.
It's true.
That moves the car. And if they don't fix the engine, it doesn't matter who they bring in on defense or in net.
This is the 10 Minutes with Andrew podcast.
Welcome back to 10 Minutes with Andrew. I'm, of course, Andrew, and I'm again joined by Mark Jancy. Welcome back to the show.
Well, how long has it been?
A week.
More than a week.
It's
been 2 weeks since we sat here.
Yep.
Before we get going, I got a lot to do before we get into the meat of the show. That is Red Wine.
Red Wine.
UB40.
UB40.
It's a song you either love, or it's a song you either hate, or it's a song that you love to hate.
Yeah.
So you know who wrote that song?
Who?
And originally performed it?
Who?
Neil Diamond.
Oh. I think I heard that before.
1967. UB40 remade it in 1983. It was number 1 in the UK that year. Didn't do so hot in the US.
No.
5 years later, it was released again by UB40. And it went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the U.S.
Wow.
5 years later, in 1988. So that's out of the way, right?
That's interesting.
Yeah. So we were on a bit of a vacation.
We were.
Right?
We were indeed.
We were in beautiful Bridgewater, Nova Scotia.
Yep.
With Gramps and Grammy.
Yep, played 2 rounds of golf.
2 rounds of golf at Eden.
Golf and country.
Both wearing our hats. We love Eden.
Yeah, we
Shout
love
out to Eden.
Shout out to Eden. And fantastic greens.
Yeah.
Greens are immaculate.
Yeah, you could actually putt on them too.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, we tried to do a show while we were away. I wasn't so thrilled because I didn't want the world to know we weren't home. But we tried to do a show.
Yeah, and it was my fault.
See, you just did it to yourself.
I'm sorry.
One of us, during our recording, mobile recording.
It was me.
Forgot to, one of us muted our microphones for the entire show.
You're just supposed to mute the speaker.
I'm not going to say who it is.
It was me. I can tell you it was me.
Again, I'm not going to say who it is. One of us. So when we got the show done and realized we did it, or one of us had their mic off, we then used artificial intelligence to try to bring up the level of that person.
Yeah, me.
The problem was when the artificial intelligence was done, that person either sounded very drunk or he sounded like he was having a stroke.
It's true.
So we decided we're not going to release that.
No.
So we're going to do the show again today because really it's still pretty relevant, the topics.
It is definitely relevant.
But before we get into that.
All right. Alrighty then.
We were on vacation.
We played some golf.
I've got some home movies here.
Oh, of course we do.
I made a home movie. Now, I will apologize. My Super 8 camcorder is starting to bite the bullet, so you'll see a lot of dust and stuff in it from the tape. But let's have a look and see our summer vacation from...
I don't know if you're joking or not.
Do you see it? Our summer vacation.
It's not on my monitor.
Not on your monitor? Okay, you know why? Because I didn't hit the live button.
There we go.
That's why. So let me start it over.
Alrighty then.
Now you should have it coming up in a minute. In 1 minute, okay?
All right.
Here we go. Play. Now do you got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Our summer vacation. I'll talk you through this, okay? So, here we are.
Okay, the filter's
Here we are
long.
on the plane, on Porter. We love Porter. And it's not WorstJet.
It's not WorstJet.
You know what's great about Porter? It's not WorstJet.
Fired a shot there.
There we are at Eden, and who's taller?
Because you're still.
I wonder. I don't need your comments.
Okay.
Here we are, middle of July.
I see what you did there.
Oh, look at this tee shot.
I can show you the full. I could post the full picture of that.
Striped it down, number 18 at Eden on day 1.
I did indeed.
Here he is putting for probably a triple bogey.
I think it was probably a triple bogey. I think that's actually true.
Nice putt. Left it a little bit short. Let the old man show you how you knock in a birdie putt. Watch.
We actually both have birdies in that.
Beauty. Notice you're wearing blue and I'm wearing green.
That's my 10 minutes with
Gramps
Andrew
and Grammy.
shirt.
I don't know. Grammy shrunk.
Yeah, that's my 10 minutes with Andrew shirt.
I know. You're wearing the brand. And then,
Indeed.
Now we're wearing purple and black. What does that mean?
Different day.
Different day. We played it twice. We loved it so much, we played it twice. There's the old man putting again, probably for eagle, maybe. What do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. No, he actually hit.
And now, this is down by the river in Bridgewater. Remember we got there and there were no ducks?
Oh, no ducks.
And we got to the sidewalk and they all came charging at us.
They all came charging. We had food.
So we didn't, obviously they're well fed.
Clearly.
Obviously.
Clearly.
So this is down by the Lahave River in beautiful Bridgewater, Nova Scotia. If you ever want to go to a beautiful place, just look at this. If you guys would get out of the way. Move, will you? There he is wearing his 10 Minutes with Andrew shirt again. Just look at this river, the Lahave River. Not a ripple on it. Just look at this scenery. There's a little marina across the way.
Beautiful.
There's a boat launch here. You can tie your boat up there, load it up, head down the river for a few miles, and out into the ocean. It's just unbelievable. 34 degrees, I think we topped out at. And that's the end. What do you think of my whole movie?
That was nice.
Yeah. So, again, middle of July.
Middle of July.
Video proof of who's taller.
No.
We don't need to talk about it.
I can't, because I go on a rant if I talk about
I
it.
think I'm ready to throw it back to you now. What are we doing today, my son?
Well, today, it's going to be a review of the Leafs.
A review, like a report card?
Not really.
Okay.
Of the Leafs free agent frenzy moves.
Oh, July 1st moves.
July 1st moves.
Okay.
So, yeah, these happened on July 1st. I'm sure you can tell.
Okay.
And a few of the ones that I have here are actually
Is
extensions.
that all we're doing today?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought we were doing
But we should mention.
I thought we were doing a What Are the Chances, too. That's what we did at the other show.
No?
Yeah. You don't remember?
I remember that, but I didn't think we were doing that today.
Oh, okay. I was all ready to hit my button.
Oh.
All right, so go ahead.
So, but before I mention any of this, I think we should just probably mention it. Blue Jays. They're playing the Diamondbacks right now.
Lost a heartbreaker last night.
Lost a heartbreaker last night, 12-1.
Yeah, they were in it right from the beginning.
They lost game 1 of the series too, 5-4. They are on a rough. I shouldn't even say it's rough because they've
not rough.
They've won their last 2 series.
They are a horrible baseball team. They are a horribly managed baseball team, and it's time for something to happen.
Ross Atkins needs to be fired.
I wouldn't want him in charge at trade deadline day, but anyway, that's beyond our control, and most likely he will be the guy.
Oh, he's going to be the guy.
It is a total mess.
Trade
they
deadline.
need to do something.
July
Fire
30th.
the manager. Make it seem like you care about baseball and not renovations at the Rogers Center.
Yeah.
You've brought up every prospect you have, which is not many.
And the top offensive prospect was just suspended for a PED violation.
Kiermaier has been waived, didn't play yesterday.
He cleared.
Hurts to see Gurriel playing against us, but anyway.
And Moreno.
We won't go there again. Moreno didn't play yesterday.
Oh, he didn't?
Probably playing today. The Blue Jays are horrible.
Brios is rough.
That's it. So everybody that's a Rogers customer, call up and say you're canceling unless Schneider, Atkins, and Shapiro are fired. I did that. I didn't call them. I was given a survey to fill out. And one of the questions was, what would make Rogers' service better or something like that? And I told him, you fire Shapiro, fire Atkins, and fire Schneider, and I will sign on to a 25-year contract with Rogers in my house. So everybody needs to do that. We have to start a groundswell to get things moving
you can't keep Shapiro because he's just gonna screw everything up again.
Absolutely horrible. Anyway,
yeah,
that wasn't the Leafs.
Wasn't the Leafs?
See, you do that. You just try to get me going. That's what you do.
We had to talk
egg me
about
on.
it. We had to talk about it. We had to talk about
We
the Blue
had
Jays.
to, did we?
It's the Blue Jays.
Yeah,
You got to talk about it.
What's next?
We're going to the Leafs free agent frenzy.
Oh my goodness! Now you're making me more mad.
There's nothing wrong with these moves.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with the first one.
Yeah.
Chris Tanev, 6 years, $27 million. It's a long deal. He's probably going to want to retire in Toronto. That's why he signed the deal.
Yeah.
What do you think of that move, Mr. Tanev?
He's a good defenseman.
Good defenseman.
If you're swapping out Brody for Tanev, it's an upgrade,
Yeah.
right?
Problem is his health. He can't really stay healthy.
Because he blocks so many shots.
He's exceptional at blocking shots. That's true.
Don't need him healthy during the regular season. Just be healthy for the playoffs, assuming the Leafs get there.
That's true.
So, yeah, that's a fine signing.
Yeah.
And Tree Living got his man.
He did get his man.
That's an upgrade for sure because Brody's not coming back.
Staying on the topic of defensemen.
Yeah.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 4 years, $14 million. How about that deal?
That's probably an upgrade from Brody too.
Yeah.
So the defense, the decor is in better shape to start the season than they were to finish it last year.
I agree.
I don't deny that. But anyway, we're kind of skirting around the issue.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, this is the best one I think they made. Anthony Stolarz, 2 years, $5 million. What do you think of that one?
I think this is a sleeper deal that might really pay off. I like the look of Stolarz. He's 6'6".
Always tall.
He was a backup for behind Bobrovsky.
Yeah.
But his backup numbers from last year were off the charts. If you saw his save percentage and his win-loss record. I think he has the potential to play a lot of games in Toronto.
Me
and
too.
really push Joseph Woll, saying it properly.
Woll.
Really push him and probably make him better. So I think, just like the defense, the goaltending is much better to start the season this year than it was to end the season with Samsonov and Woll, who was hurt.
Yeah, Samsonov went to Vegas.
But again, we're pussyfooting around the issue.
I know what the issue is.
The issue is this happens every frickin' year. They bring in new defense, they bring in a goal, but they never touch the problem. And we know what the problem is.
Yeah, Mr. Marner.
Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares, and Riley.
Yeah.
Namely Marner.
That's true. Namely Marner.
But it's the same old, same old. So until something happens within that core, 4 or 4 plus,
yeah, some say 5. I would say 5.
there's no reason to get excited at this point.
But the thing is, everybody, all the experts think they know everything about this situation, but I don't think anybody knows anything. They're always going to extend it, always going to walk.
I think what happens in the social media world, people just put out this crazy suggestion like, Mitch Marner has agreed, it'll be announced, blah, blah, blah. And it's a guess. And if it turns out to be true, well, all of a sudden that guy has credibility. And he gets tens of thousands of followers because this guy must be a real insider, right? How many things have you read in the last month that said there's a deal?
Oh, my
God. He's gone.
Yeah.
And nothing's happened.
Mostly what I've read is just angry Leaf fans and how they want him gone.
Well, I'm telling you, that core 4 is the engine that drives the car.
It's true.
That moves the car. And if they don't fix the engine, it doesn't matter who they bring in on defense or in net.
We were going to trade Nylander. I don't know if you know this, but we were going to before we extended him last year.
Yeah, well, there's only one guy I need to see gone. And I'm going to say it again. If he's in the lineup come October, I will not be watching the Toronto
Apparently, he
Maple
had
Leafs.
some charity event and he banned the Leafs media from going to it. I don't know what the deal is there.
He's really making all kinds of friends.
Yeah.
In the media, out of the media. It's time to move on from Mitch Marner. Come on, Tree Living.
Come on.
Do better. We can't just keep doing the same thing year after year after year. Bring in a new defenseman, bring in a goalie, bring in a couple of third and fourth line guys and think that you're going to have any difference come April.
But does it bring you anything to think that this upcoming year is the last year on his deal?
Does it bring me anything?
Does it bring you any joy?
No, because he's going to walk out. We're not going to get anything for him.
But at least he's gone.
Yes, he's gone, but we can get something for him now. Like a bag of hockey pucks.
Yeah, but all the teams that are going to want him are teams that he doesn't want to go to.
I don't know where it stands.
I don't know either.
But do you have another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt Murray.
I think that's just for goaltending depth.
Yeah. And then I got
They're probably paying him back for going on the LTIR last year.
It's true. It's only $750,000. No big deal.
Yeah, they need goaltending depth because Martin Jones is no longer in the organization and Samsonov is no longer in the organization. So they need someone to play at the AHL and possibly ECHL level, but it won't be with the Growlers.
But Cincinnati Cyclones is their new affiliate.
Right.
A couple of extensions to mention here. Joseph Woll, 3 years. And Max Domi, 4 years. The one that really surprised me was the Timothy Liljegren one. I really didn't think he was that good to earn that, but he did get a 2-year extension.
I don't think he is, but maybe there's a trade in the future for.
I did hear that. Yeah, Chris Johnson
Mr.
says
Liljegren. I don't like him as a defenseman on this team, but
hey,
I'm old school. I think you need to be big and tough to win, especially come playoff time. And to me, Liljegren doesn't fit that mold.
And we did lose one, Tyler Bertuzzi, to the Blackhawks. 4 years, $22 million. There's only two more original six teams he has not played for yet.
Yeah.
The Rangers and the Habs. Those are the only two teams he's never played for in the original six.
I think Max Domi was a good extension.
Domi was good. Yeah.
When Marner was out injured last year, he really found a spot next to Matthews and looked as good as Marner had with Matthews.
Yeah.
Difference is Domi will show up in the playoffs.
Yep.
And Mitch Marner, I'm not sure if he would show up in the playoffs or not. Do we have any history to go by there? No.
Years of history to go by.
Oh, right. He doesn't show up in the playoffs.
2017 through now.
Anyway, that's enough for my Mitch Marner rants. Think we'll ever get to a day we could not mention Mitch Marner?
I can't wait till the day we can mention he was traded. So, yeah, I mean, that's all the moves that the Leafs made.
That's all the moves they made. What about our game show?
Let's do it. What are the chances?
Hope you remember the questions.
It threw me off.
Yeah, you threw me off. I thought we were doing the same thing we did in Nova Scotia.
I forgot about the game.
Okay, it's called What Are the Chances?
Oh, yeah. And I knew what it was called.
The way it works is you're going to say a statement, and then we're going to assign a percentage chancey of that statement being true or false.
Yep. Typically, I say that.
I know, but you seem very confused, so I'm helping you today.
No, I'm not confused.
Right? I'm helping you today.
I don't know why
it's
I'm
like
so
when we
confused.
do our game show during the week. What's it called?
Would you rather?
Would you rather? And I read, you read, I read, you read. And the last one you said, I know how this works. And then later in the show, dead air because you forgot. It was your read again.
I did actually forget. That's true.
I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you, Andrew.
I think I remember the question.
I hope you do.
I didn't write them down.
There's three, hey?
All right, yeah. So let's go to the first one.
Hang on. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm going to give you a drum roll.
All righty then.
And take a sip of coffee.
All right. What are the chances that Anthony Stolarz plays more games than Joseph Woll? I believe that was the question.
Yeah, and I don't remember my number in Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter because we didn't release it.
I think I'm going to give that and I think I do remember it. I'm giving that a 75% chancey. And I think it's going to be because either Woll gets hurt.
Yep.
Because he seems to have a predisposition to getting hurt.
He does.
Or Stolarz is going to get a chance at the net after a Woll run for a while, and he's going to be really good, and he may sort of take over number one. So 75% chance that Stolarz will play more games, or I guess he'd play the most games of any Leaf goaltender next season.
Yeah. I'm going to say that's a 70% chancey. I think I'm a little lower than you, but I still think he's going to play more games because I think Joseph Woll has a bit of an injury problem, and I think they need to figure that out. But they do have faith in him, and they gave him a 3-year extension. So hopefully he doesn't have any injury problems because the way he played in the playoff against the Bruins those couple of games, he was great.
Yeah, until he got hurt.
Until he got hurt again.
Making a save with 0.2 seconds left.
It was a goal.
Yeah, it was a goal.
Actually a goal.
He could have let it in.
It was a goal.
Didn't affect the game.
It didn't affect the game anyway.
But anyway, that's fine.
Yeah.
Things could have been different, I guess, but it wouldn't have been different because that team's going nowhere the way it's built.
Back to Marner
Back
again.
to the core four. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that word. Those words.
It's the forbidden word.
Not doing it. All right, so that was number one.
That's number one.
So we're going to hit number two.
Yep.
Of what are the chances?
What are the chances that the Blue Jays finish the season at 500?
500?
500.
500 losses?
500 record.
500 people showing up per game?
500 record.
500 to Blue Jays?
Yeah.
500?
Yes.
See, now you made me happy. No, I just think that's funny. They're 9 games under 500 on July the 14th. It's just going to get worse.
Vladdy since July 1st is hitting 194.
Well, I don't think it was. I think it was last week. Well, it wasn't last week because we did last show. We talked about the hot streak Vladdy was on, and what did I say then? The problem with a Vladdy hot streak,
followed by a Vladdy cold streak.
It usually gets followed by a significant Vladdy cold streak, and guess what? We're in the middle of a significant over streak for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's not the guy to build your franchise around either. But anyway, what was the question? 500. What are the chances they get back to 500?
Yeah.
I can go with a negative number here because I'm going to go with negative 1 billion%.
Same. I'm going to say number.
They have no chance of getting back to 500. The question should be, what are the chances that they're better than 10 games under 500?
I don't think that's going to happen either.
At the end of the season. That's what needs to be the question.
But think about it like
Negative $1 billion. What are you saying?
I'm saying the same thing. But think about it. Like, remember when Springer was terrible and they just kept keeping him in the lineup?
Yeah.
All they should have done was just give him a day off or something.
Yeah.
And then when the guys from Buffalo like Horwitz play well, they have a great game, and the next game they're benched.
Yeah, well,
I think that's a John Schneider thing anyway.
The guys from Buffalo are doing all right, but like that's not a baseball team.
No, but
This is for the most part
they're pretty impressive.
a AAA baseball team now that's playing every night with a couple of major leaguers that aren't playing like major leaguers.
It's true.
So come on, trade deadline. I think at the trade
July
deadline
30th.
we're going to see a lot of our pitching disappear.
Yeah,
But
Kikuchi,
I don't think
especially.
there's going to be any Vladdy or Bo movement. Generally, what I understand, and I believe this is true, teams that are in it at the trade deadline, they really covet pitching
They do.
for the playoff runs and the stretch, the last for August and September. And the position players tend to be moved in the offseason. That's
Yeah.
when people start looking at who do we have for hitting, who can we add now to start the season. But pitching is a hot commodity
That's true.
for August, September, and playoff baseball.
So we're both going with negative $1 billion on that one.
Negative $1 billion. The Toronto Blue Jays finish at 500.
It's true.
I would say there'll be 500 people at the final game of the year
Hopefully.
in the 35,000 seat stadium or whatever they hold.
If you're thinking it's bad that I said hopefully, it's just because it needs to be that way for them to make a change.
Yep.
And the final one, you're not going to like this one.
I don't remember this one.
You're not going to like this. What are the chances, as we sit here on July 14th, now that Mitch Marner gets traded?
Thought we weren't using that name anymore.
That's the final question.
What are the chances that he
Gets traded.
gets traded when?
Before the season starts. Before camp opens in September, whatever.
Before the season starts?
Yeah.
You go first.
And this offseason. 75% chance. I still really.
Really? You got hope?
I'm trying to hold. I'm holding on to the hope.
You got hope?
I got hope.
You got hope?
I have hope.
You have hope, yes. I haven't done an English class in a long time.
I mean, we just talked about how everyone just likes to guess and how they and then if they get it right, they people think they have credibility. The Toronto Sun had an article out yesterday about like here's our thoughts on what the Leafs look like now in mid-July, and they said that at the draft at the end of June, there were whispers there that if a deal was going to happen for Marner, it was going to be around the second week or third week of July, which is now this time in the calendar. And the line was, it's now that time in the calendar, nothing's happened yet. And we're heading into that territory. So I don't know what Tree Living's plan is. Nobody knows what Tree Living's plan is. Even the media, like the smart guys like Friedman and Johnston, they don't know what Tree Living's plan is.
Oh, they're the smart guys, are they?
Well, yeah.
They'll be happy you said that. So there's dumb
But they
guys
don't
and
watch
smart
this.
guys.
They don't watch this.
You mean insiders?
Insiders. That's what I
What
meant.
do you mean you don't watch us? We're watched by thousands.
Yeah, but not insiders.
How do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know.
But I'm just saying, I think this whole thing about they're going to make an offer and all this is all kind of negotiation tactics in a way. But I really think that the most likely scenario as of now, I still am holding out hope he's getting traded. But I think the most likely scenario is he probably walks in free agency, which I don't like. But
So that was a lot. I forget your number.
75%.
75%. Okay. Very, very well thought out reasons for that. 75% chance that he gets traded. You're very optimistic. I'm down to 10%.
It caught me mid-sip there.
I'm down to 10%.
10%.
Wow. I don't think so. I mean, what I've heard, whether it's true or not, the new coach wants to coach him, right?
Yeah.
Tree Living can't stop talking about what a great player he is and blah blah blah. I have a feeling our favorite hockey team, the Leaves, the leaves that fall. I have a feeling our favorite hockey team is going to run this back again.
Yeah.
The exact same as it's been.
I think it's easier to be a fan of like Utah or something than it is to be a fan of the Leafs, because the Leafs just give you a heartbreak over and over again.
Here's the thing. If we were fans of the Dallas Stars,
Yeah.
what the frig could we talk about? We wouldn't have a show. At least we have all kinds of... Between the Blue Jays and the Leafs, we have the greatest two teams to have a podcast around. Because there is always something, unfortunately, very negative to talk about in Toronto land.
Yeah. And we don't talk about basketball, but Raptors are the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not a big basketball fan. I did get into it when they
Made
went on
playoffs.
the run and won the championship.
With old
but
Kawhi,
I don't
who carried them.
Yeah, that's true. I don't really get too entertained by basketball, and I'm in the minority, I know. But, yeah, no, I'm 10%. I'm kind of lost faith in this. I think it was all a big trick about the changes that were coming. I think they've made a lot of changes like they do every year, but they don't address the core. So I think they're going to run it back again. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right.
That whole press conference at the end of the year with Pelly, that just kind of makes them not necessarily liars, but just I don't know what the word is, but it makes them something.
Well, people aren't going to forget that, and it's going to be brought up again if Marner's still around and the core four still around. Maybe someone else gets traded at the core four. I don't know.
The only other one they could see would be Tavares. Possibly.
So that's the 3 questions, is it?
That is indeed.
Well, that wasn't too bad.
Wasn't bad at all.
We're up to 26 minutes, so this is the 10 minutes plus 16 minutes podcast with Andrew.
It is indeed.
Okay.
So thank you for listening and watching this episode of 10 Minutes with Andrew. If you found us on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe and comment. And we'll be back in the middle of the week with the Would You Rather.
Oh, right on. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
All right, have a good week. Let's hit the driving range today.
All right.
All right, see you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons and turn on notifications to be notified when we upload new content. You can also connect with us at andrewchansey.com.